Okay, this is just a catch-up quick vid on removal of the thermostat housing. Thermostat housing comes in two pieces. You got the top part, and this is the area where the thermostat sits, and you got two sensors, a sender and then the temp sensor, and of course you got a couple hose attachments in and out. One thing, it was not as easy as other videos that I watched, and I think it was simply because this vehicle has been worked on before and things got routed a little bit differently. Mainly this cable here, cable bundle, that was a problem, and this one here, which feeds across to the alternator and to the mass air sensor, that was a problem. So this led to be the biggest. I basically just disconnected all the way across till I could move it up and out of the way here. And this evap purge line, that was another real pain in the butt. It's just in the wrong place to be able to take that out very easily. So I had to fiddle around with that a little bit. And after I got the top portion removed, which was fairly easy, I had to remove one or possibly both of the sensors, connectors and the sensor themselves, to be able to access this third bolt. I almost was at the point of removing the intake manifold, but I really didn't want to, because I didn't want to replace the gaskets and of course go through the extra time of removing. Of course that would mean cleaning, like I said, replacing gaskets, reinstalling later, and just another part of the process I really didn't want to get into. But once I did disconnect this electrical bundle from everything, readjusted it, removed the sensors from the third or from the bottom portion, moved this bundle out of the way, and this evap purge line, I kind of had to get a little bit forceful with it and got it moved out of the way. And this line here, which is not being shown, this was another one that also goes to the alternator. That one had to get moved. And I did remove the pulley that attaches to this one point here. It's just another serpentine belt pulley. Remove that. That was also useful. You could, as I've seen in other videos, remove this bolt, but I didn't really see it necessary. I just detached the cable from here. Anyway, once I got everything disconnected, it was still quite a bit of a chore to get everything out. And then cleaning up the surface of the bottom portion, still not as good as it probably should, but I think it's about the best it's going to get with the access that I've got. And as I said before, there's no significant defects other than the bolt hole bushings were sloppy, were loose. One removed when I removed the bolt, and that bypass hose, which goes from the water pump up, well, that was another problem child. I finally just ended up cutting it, knowing that I was going to replace it anyway. One thing I did catch from an Explorer forum, these three tabs on the bottom of the lower thermostat housing, of course they fit within the engine itself. I was warned to make sure that when you initially detach it, to raise straight up, because these will get brittle with age, and you don't want to break one off and have it fall within the cavity there, the water journal, because that would be probably a big pain in the butt to get those out, if you ever could. So anyway, you might want to note that if you ever do this yourself on an older model. These things do get brittle. Mine luckily stayed in place. So we've got a new metal one being delivered from Simmons Auto, and it's a complete unit, top and bottom. You have to supply the sensors and the hoses and thermostat, etc. But it's a machined aluminum piece, and we'll see how that goes when it gets in here. By the way, here is the pulley that I removed. It's fairly simple, no problems, just one bolt. That does give you a little bit more access, and then it's a matter of, once you get everything detached and get that third bolt removed, it's a matter of just easing it back and forth and finding the right way to feed it through in between the lines and that evap tube. And that's it.